Preparing for the raid is pretty standard. I just tend to like meal prep. It makes it pretty easy, just be able to go to the fridge, get some food, whack it in the microwave and be done.
I don't know, because I'm kind of like low maintenance. I don't really do the whole meal prep thing. I guess I'm degenerate and I just order off of DoorDash all the time.
So my preparations are basically I work until like 5 and then I come home and then I play the game. I've done a bunch of meal prep and stuff like that, so when I come home from work I don't have to waste time on that. So I try to map out everything so there is no downtime, there's no time wasted.
I plan to just have a normal schedule where I wake up early and do some IRL stuff and then just have food prepared during that time for the rest of the day. It's very important to have like a consistent sleep schedule when you're doing this kind of stuff, because if you stay awake too long, you're gonna end up being sleep deprived and it might hinder your performance the next day.
6-hour cooking stream, of course. I did a very good stream where I made a lot of food that I can pack and freeze. So I have plenty of healthy, solid food in the freezer. I have snacks, and I have an entire brownie sheet pan. I think the last prep I'll do is go for a run and say goodbye to the outside world.
I haven't played at this high level before, so I always had a lot of time in between raiding hours, and I did use the time to check logs, see if I did anything wrong, if there's something we could improve as a guild, if there's any nasty overlaps of the boss that we could prevent if we change our timings a little bit. Now that it's going to be a race to world first and basically 24/7 outside of sleep and eat, I guess all of that will have to be while raiding.
During progression, I have a bad habit of only being able to think about the game and what's going on, how I can do better, how I can play better, and what like the guild could change. So generally during breaks or even when I'm going to bed or waking up, all I'm thinking about is progression. All I'm thinking about is what have I been doing wrong in the last couple hours? How could I optimize better? So during breaks, I try to honestly just spend most of that time looking at logs, or at least thinking about what I could be improving upon.
I personally think that getting rest is really important. So it really depends how much time we have from finishing one day and starting the next day. Because if it's only like 7 or 8 hours, then I'm probably gonna be off to sleep immediately, because I think rest is really important. If we have a little bit more than 7 or 8 hours between raids, then I will use some time to check what other players are doing, what strategies are there, in order to bring a better performance the next day.
Time spent is generally, it's just divided in the sense that you want to spend as much time as possible on preparing, and in the raid itself, that's like reasonable. You should take some time away from, playing if it's not super intense. Essentially, all the mythic raiding comes down to spend as much time as possible doing useful things, but there are diminishing returns to it. So in that sense, we're most likely not going to be spending every waking hour playing World of Warcraft.
I think it's more that it's such challenging content, especially as a tank. The only time when it's really hard is on progression. But the only challenging forms of content for tanking in World of Warcraft, in my opinion, is either Race the World First or High End Plus. It's something that you don't get to do every day.
For me, it's just the excitement. Even if I don't like, for example, Shadowlands, right, I'm not particularly looking forward to some of the systems in the game, but just the excitement of playing, with all the people in the guild, with all your friends, and playing like every day and having a lot to do is really fun.
I love nothing more in this game than raiding. I love doing it with a group of guys that are fantastic at the game, and I get to spend 10, 12, 14, whatever amount of hours a day doing nothing but that for a week, multiple weeks, and that's thrilling to look forward to every time.
I think for me, it's that feeling of waking up when Mythic opens and just getting into TeamSpeak, sitting there like just waiting. Everyone is like insanely hyped to get going, and then just blasting through the first bosses, and just like spirits are high. and everyone's just like really excited for this race.
Wiping. I love wiping. I haven't wiped in a while because I've been playing Classic a lot. And in Classic, you kind of just, kill a boss, you one-shot them. It's not that much fun. That's most of what I'm looking forward to. Just, the constant progression. Say, oh, we're getting closer. Oh, wow, we hit a new phase. It's just a nice experience. Even though you didn't kill a boss, right? Just because you reached the phase for the first time, it just feels amazing. You feel like you're doing progress. Getting closer to kill. So
I think it's gonna be fun to just hard deep dive into just paying attention to the raid. Full commitment. It's gonna be an interesting experience. Whether that is for the good or for the bad, time will tell.